all you want to do is play Roblox. It's been a long week at school. People been trying you. The chicken nuggets aren't hitting like they were supposed to, like how maybe they did on the first week, or maybe they never did hit. I don't know. And it's raining. You come home, you just finished an exam. You're like, all right, I'm about to throw that tablet on the charger, and I'm gonna play Roblox with my friends, cousins, whoever it is, and just unwind. Enjoy the night, enjoy the day, and then the audio that's like that nagging sound in the back of my head or something. Then your mom comes and she's like, put it down. She's like, no one wants to be hearing all that. You can't be on Roblox. It's not good for you, and it's just rotting your brain. And honestly, you I don't know if you believe it, but it's low-key true. But hold on. Hear me out. So, despite the fact that you really want to play it, and you're just wanting to unwind and play with your friends, and your mom, like, listen, hear your mom out, because low-key, not even low-key, high-key, there are raging pedophiles running rampant through the game. Like, yes, that's really bad. But if you're looking to convince your mom or your dad or whoever to let you play Roblox, you're doing the approach wrong. You're like, oh, like I want to play it, like I'm playing with my friends, like it'll be fun, blah 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 blah, like we'll be careful, da 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 da. We have to switch it up. There, you cannot you cannot fight your parents when they know there's pedophiles on there. What? There is nothing you can do about that. So we have to pivot our approach. And one thing I think people aren't really utilizing is with Roblox, you can make your own games. That's huge. And this is marketed great towards parents. If you play your cards right and if you say the right things, you'll be playing Roblox in no time. Because your safety is number one priority. Like, that's not anything that's to be playing around with at all. So your parents are 100% right, and you have to be careful. And there is a way where you can be careful. You can play Roblox. And so yes, there's the way where you can, like, don't do the voice chat, blah blah blah. Yeah, of course, don't do the voice chat or the type in chat, like if you're not of age. But another way that you can do is get familiar with Roblox Studio. So you can see me here building out more of my my hobby. Look at my previous videos if you want to see how I came up with some of that stuff. But yeah, so Roblox Studios is what allows you to create your own games, and that is such the perfect pitch to your parents. With this platform and this software, you are creating your own world, so you have a sense of ownership. One, your parents are going to love that because it's like, oh, I'm developing and creating something on my own. Or maybe you're building it with friends, I don't know, but you're creating something from scratch. You're making it. You have that sense of ownership. You have that drive to see something and finish it through to the end. That's something that parents and likely your mom will love. And she'll be like, now that you mention it, maybe Roblox isn't that bad if you take that approach. So that's already one thing. You have that sense of ownership. Two, it really allows you to be creative. There are so many different things that you can do in Roblox. Like, you can change the color of different blocks, you can move them around, you can change the sizes, you can, if you really get into it, you can like create your own 3D, what do they even call it? Like, your own characters, you can create your own skins, you can create your own literal like objects in the world and develop, like, okay, let's say you have a racing game and you wanted to develop a checkered flag for, like, you know how when they're like ready set go, and then you have like the checkered flag or something, or you wanted to develop the stands where the fake audience would sit in. You can create all of that stuff and put it into your world. It's literally limitless, endless almost, essentially. But having that sense of creativity, it allows you to exercise your creative thoughts, something that's in your mind. You're able to use your skills and learn a lot to be able to bring it to life in your world. So that's already another huge thing that parents are going to love. You're exercising your creativity. Now, with that being said, those are two great points for your parents, right? But there's one massive point where if you bring this up to your parents, then they'll be like, oh, Roblox, yeah. Like, no duh, it's a no-brainer. So you have, what was the first thing I said? You have the ownership aspect of it, where you're building something for yourself from beginning to end. You have the creativity aspect of it, where you're exercising your brain and taking things in your head, that thing in your head, and you're putting it into your Roblox world. And the third thing is, you know what's huge in Roblox and Roblox Studio? Scripting. Do you know what scripting is? I'm sure you probably know what all this stuff is already, but if you don't know, scripting is essentially coding or programming. That has to sound like the coolest thing to parents, right? Unless they're super into the AI like news and everything going on right now, where they're like, programming is actually going to be dead in like 6 weeks, so there's no point in you learning it. But I would strongly beg to differ, as someone who knows how to code and develop and even does that for some of his career. I would say that aside from the actual syntax and coding, boop, 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 there's so many different skills you can learn from it, especially problem solving. Huge. Logistical thinking. Massive. I want to say compartmentalizing. I don't even know if that's the right word. I'm thinking like when you have, this kind of goes into problem solving, but being able to separate your problem into isolated or silo problems, or problems within problems, if that makes sense. So problem solving, like I said, is going to be a huge one. That is a skill that's transferable, if you know that from where is it, Polar Express. So problem solving, super transferable skill. You can apply that to anything. Logical thinking, that is great, especially for STEM, but even outside of it, it gives you a mindset of like processes and knowing how things flow and how things work and how different components rely on each other. And it's a super organized way of thinking, I would say. And it helps things to just make sense. I feel like I keep saying the word things, but you guys know what I mean. And just because programming is so, like, it has that educational feel and that aspect to it, so it's going to be your parents like, oh yeah, like my kid is learning the code, and then your parents' friend is going to be like, oh sweet, where? And your parents are going to be like, Roblox. But hey, they're learning the code, they're not interacting with creepy weird people online, they're developing their own games, and then get this, they're playing it with their friends. They're creating and developing it with their friends, and they don't even have to interact with the people online at all. That's a huge perk that your parents are definitely going to love. So if you phrase it and frame it that way, okay, you might be thinking, let me address the elephant in the room. You're like, hey, but like the games that I develop, they're not going to be the games that I'm playing on Roblox currently. Yes, I get that. I totally get that. You're not going to build Bloxburg on your first go about. Is that what it's called? Bloxburg? You're not going to build Piggy on your first go around. But hey, honestly, that's okay. It's about gaining those skills, having fun, doing this in a safe way. You know, you're compromising with your parents, right? You're getting to play Roblox, you're getting to develop these skills, you're getting to create your own world and your own game, and you're doing it safely. So, something to consider. I mean, or you can continue sneaking behind your parents' back. And I do not condone that. That's a joke. Don't do that. But, yeah. So, if there's nothing else you remember, safety is the number one priority, point blank, period. Like, that should go without saying. The first thing when you want to convince your parents or your mom is, it will give me a sense of ownership. Like, I'm imagining 3-year-olds, Mom, it'll actually give me a sense of ownership. Like, yes, yes, it will. A sense of ownership. 2, creativity. It'll help me exercise my brain, and the thoughts, the thing in your head, it'll help me get those out and express them in a way where I can create my own game. And then 3, I'm actually going to become the next coding expert alive, and I'm going to build the next AI. If that don't convince your parents, if that doesn't convince them, if that doesn't convince them, I don't know what will. You can be like, yeah, mom, I'm actually going to code and learn to become a programmer, and I'm going to destroy AI for us. But if you're actually interested in AI, inside of Roblox Studio, there's AI capabilities. Like they have an agent. I don't know if it's an agent per se, but they have it built in so that you can use it to help you code. So if you're brand spanking new to coding, you can use AI, which definitely has its perks. It can make things super easy, but I recommend that you understand what the AI is spitting out. Yeah. I mean, or you can watch some of the videos I already have out, or I kind of go over some of the super basic stuff for Roblox Studio. I don't know. It's whatever floats your boat. But yeah. So keep that in mind, guys. Number 1, definitely stay safe. That's the biggest priority. And yeah, I hope you have fun. So, all right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. Good luck, and let me know how it went in the comments with convincing your mom. And maybe she's totally convinced, and you become the next Beyonce. That was so dramatic. All right, bye.